agent commissions, and the change is about taking that buyer commission out of the contract of the seller and putting it back into the hands of the buyer agent and the buyer. And I think that most of us don't have a problem with that. Where the problem lies is that too many agents were relying on having that commission built into the seller's contract, and now it's changed. And I think we have Jay here, who is an expert on doing this, on bringing this together, on how to have these contracts written up. He knows everything there is to know about representation, and more importantly, how to protect the compensation of the buyer agent. So Jay, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what you're bringing, to this, and how you can help agents, with their commission in this changing world right now.
Sure. Yeah, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Jay Macklin, we own Platinum Living Realty. I've been in the business since 2010. Before that, I was in the car business for 25 years. So I've always been poked fun at as my title and my job occupation, but also a question about money. And so I think a lot of what you just said is so true that coaching agents on how to set, collect, and negotiate their fee is difficult because it's uncomfortable for a lot of people to discuss money, and we kind of hide it. We kind of don't bring it up sometimes. And so unfortunately the attorneys got a hold of it. And, I think it was, we'll talk more about that, I'm sure, later on the lawsuits, but there's a huge opportunity for us as real estate agents to be able to set, collect, and negotiate our fee and not have it just given to us, or it's expected from the listing agent or the seller. So one of the things that I do a lot with my brokerage is I train and coach the agents on how to do that, specifically as a buyer's agent and also as a listing agent. And as you said, Victoria, it's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with collecting compensation. There's absolutely zero wrong with collecting compensation and offering it to the buyer agent for now. We'll see how that goes in the future. That could change. But I think the issue is that a lot of agents just don't do a good job of representing their value and don't have a value proposition to be able to say, this is why you want to hire me versus anybody else. These are your options, and this is what I bring to the table versus anybody else. And so that's what a lot of this is going to revolve around, is going to be the pitch, the sales, the identification of what your value is. It's no different when real estate agents look for brokerages. Why would I go to join that brokerage when I can go to, and in my market, 4,300 other brokerages? I call them a needle in a stack of needles because that's what we are as agents and as brokers. But you really have to stand out, and you really got to be able to step up and go, this is what makes me different. And it's okay to repel certain people because you'll attract the people who you really want. And that's one thing as agents we have to figure out. No one wants to work for free. No one wants to be diminished in their compensation. But I do think that there's going to be a discussion that needs to happen very quickly about what your fee is and what you bring to the table.